Greetings and salutations. Sunday night, 9 o'clock UK time.
I had to.
You had to. You can tell the kids are on holiday, can't you? Come here, you. Did you really just wipe your mouth with your t-shirt?
No. They didn't see it. It didn't happen.
They didn't see it. I saw it. Hello, folks. How are we? Oh, right. Oh.
I'm the mini dad.
I see a lot of people. Right. Let's start with Kat, Nerd, Anthony, Kelt, Gary, Timo, Joshua, CJ.
Welcome to the Willow
Graham,
Show.
welcome to the Willow Show. Insane, Rachel,
Oh.
Tamsin, Graham.
Anthony, you really like me.
Does your boyfriend need to know?
Wait, imagine if my boyfriend joined the stream.
He wouldn't dare.
No, imagine if we did. Like,
How are we all this evening? Are we good?
I'm good.
I know you're good. Evening, just finished my Imperial units from the Star Wars Legion core set. I'm hearing a lot about this Star Wars Legion. Hey up, Jace, you feeling better, bud? I'm wearing plaid PJ pants too. Matching watch got PJs. Everyone upset Mel because he's just mean. I'm not mean. Great vid on the trench. Thank you, Gary. It's all finished. The final video should be coming to YouTube soon enough. Yeah, questions are already coming in. So, if you have a terrain question, remember this is a question and answer show, isn't it?
And I will try to help.
You're trying to angle in to stay on the show, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
Please.
No.
Please.
No.
Stream. Guys.
Chosen?
Say yes if you want me to stay in the stream for a bit for longer.
No. Don't
Everybody
encourage it.
say yes.
Don't encourage it.
Oh yeah.
What?
Well, you made us cream brownies before bed. The other night.
Yeah, you're good at making brownies, aren't you?
No,
Yeah,
not going through it.
people are congratulating me on the trenches.
Good job, Daddy.
Should we throw a picture up?
I've been a police cadet.
You have been a police cadet, haven't you? Right, well.
And now I'm allowed to arrest Dad.
You're not allowed to arrest Dad.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
But I want to.
But you can't.
Come on, please.
No.
Hey, you talked to him about the powers that I have now.
Your police powers.
Yeah, Corbin owes me £5 every single time he swears.
Don't tell your mum Corbin swears. You'll get him in trouble.
He watches Rick and Morty, Dad. I think she already knows.
That's nothing to do with me. There we go. Just in case you haven't seen it. Oh, clicked off it, haven't I? Typical. This isn't easy with you sitting over me, you
Wait,
know.
it kind of looks like that's my hat.
Dad did a good job, didn't he?
Yeah?
I did, didn't I? It turned out alright in the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, not bad on the trenches. That video will be out for you guys on the channel Tuesday. If you're a patron, yeah, it's on Patreon already. So if you want to catch up with the final video and you're a patron, jump onto Patreon. Yeah, and, you know, if you're not, Tuesday, guys, it'll be on the channel.
I actually have a ticket book, so I can give you a ticket every single time you speed, Dad.
When will Willow begin terrain creations?
I already have.
Lighthouse was yours, wasn't it?
Yeah. I will get it.
Thank you, Carlos. Hey, Larissa. Yes, medieval. Yes, medieval next.
When I was in year 3, I made this. I've already started, boy.
Mel, you know why you forgot to start the camera on Thursday? Because no one in chat said, is the camera on? Indeed. Yes, this was Willow's creation. That's her lighthouse.
a good job.
I think you did a
I
brilliant
should
job.
put one of them like mini candle lights in there so I could just scroll at the top, turn the candle light on, and then it will be a night light for bedtime.
You're a terrainiac in training, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a tit. Yes, I did find my Easter bunny.
You can make so much money. No, Joshua, no. Let's not introduce Willow to that idea.
I told you I found them.
Yes, you got an Easter egg. Well done.
I'm rich.
It's come a long way. It certainly has. Oh, you could do some fancy terrain soon. I know you're busy, mate. So no rush. Well, I mean, we're doing medieval, so we'll do fantasy along the lines, won't we? No worries, Timo. And congrats.
Congratulations!
Wow.
You did it.
Chat's going like crazy.
Is it?
Ah, no worry, Larissa. Ooh.
Terrainiac cadets instead of police cadets. No. Support Trump, bros. What's up?
No politics, dude. Leave it. Okay.
Leave
right.
it out of the stream. Politics for one of them politicky streams that I don't get.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear about it on this stream.
Leave that at the door. Right.
I like me some Galaxy chocolate. Do you want
We had
it?
one.
Good.
Oh, why thank you.
Welcome, I have cookie crumble.
I didn't get an Easter egg. This is my Easter chocolate.
Aww. Hey, I thought I gave you the cake.
If I could vanish, it's because my PC is blue screened yet again.
No, not the devil blue screen.
What do you know about the blue screen?
It happened to
Thank you, James. It's good to be back. Hey, plastic.
It showed up on my screen in ICT.
Did it? Thank you, Tim. Larissa, you did a cracking job, Duck. All right. Now, as you know, it is a terrain question and answer show. We normally give it about 10, 15, 20 minutes for the questions to come in. There is a link down below in the description if you have a question. Yeah, we've got 4 in so far, so keep them coming, and when we build them up, we'll start answering. In the meantime, we'll just chat and mingle, won't we? Ah.
I like that comment with the emojis.
You like the emoji comments, do you? Greets from Italy?
Dad, I ever
How do you reckon you say that, Willow? How would you pronounce that name? Luciano?
That's a Pokemon.
Is it?
Yeah, Lucario.
Lucario. There's no R in it.
Yeah, I know it's a silent one that you don't say.
It's an invisible silent R. That sounds.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, what are you doing?
I want to find you something. Just to find it.
So yes, the trenches are done. Going back in tomorrow to take some really nice photos of them. Oh, let me move that down a bit.
I did the funniest thing with my chat.
Oh, what?
I tried to do a picture of emojis.
Yeah, did you now?
My balloon!
That's actually
Got
really
it.
good. That's really good, actually.
Can I show them?
No, because your phone numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, privacy, you know, you only... Yeah. No, don't even...
Oh, yeah.
You know, only for your friends.
Actually, yeah, because if my friend's name gets sore on there.
We exactly, you know. There's things that we keep private, you know what I mean, darling?
And man...
You have no chance of any peace tonight. None whatsoever. They are stocked up on chocolate. Yeah, and no school tomorrow. So, you like a back scratch, don't you?
Love a back scratch.
It's really weird. Corbin hates back scratches and cold hands. Willow, if you've got cold hands, Willow's like, she tries to attach herself to you. You love cold
Look
hands.
at how good Phoebes is.
Yeah, well done. All right.
That's not me.
I made my first bunker. It didn't come out the way I wanted. Never mind.
It's okay.
Can you do a forest/swamp type thing? Yeah, check the foliage playlist. Terrain tutorials, foliage, or greenery. Yeah, it's in my playlists. You'll see it. There's tutorials in there, mate.
Oh, look at, we got 6. Joey, Tim, Albers, KB, Coletic, Matthew, Houston.
Yeah, Tim, I
and
completely
Gary
agree.
College,
Yeah, you've got to keep them aware of this sort of thing. I mean, our kids have always been pretty good, to be truthful. You know, because of the YouTube thing. They're sort of conscious of, you know, what you tell people and what's private and that sort of stuff.
Dabbing ain't private.
Dabbing's fine. Personal details aren't, are they?
No. Not email address, not password, not phone numbers, and nothing to do with security.
Yeah, no locations.
I said address.
Oh, you said email address.
No, I said address after that.
Oh, okay. Good girl. Ah.
I know my stuff.
Chocolate and no school tomorrow. My girlfriend, she told me, haha, in your general direction, Mel. She's laughing in my direction. I'm well used to this.
Snoopy, Snoopy, happy dance. Snoopy, Snoopy, happy dance.
Seriously, I don't really know plans for this weekend, but thanks to Mel for the ginger nut tips. Jace is chewing down on ginger nuts.
Dad, do you know what Mr. Lindley brought us all on the last day?
Okay, but don't use his name. It's alright, he's a teacher. He's not a little kid, so I'm sure he can handle it, but go on.
He brought us all Swedish cookies.
Did he?
Yeah, with icing on with our names on them in fancy writing.
Were they like normal cookies, but boring?
No! Dare you? How dare you?
Oh,
They put
right.
food colouring in the cookie.
Don't accept this. Yeah, dead simple. She's done acting lessons. She's done drama. Yeah, she's right good at faking it. Don't be doing that or I'll smear your face in chocolate.
Oh no! Not again.
What do you mean not again? I've never smeared your face in chocolate.
You've done it with peanut butter.
I did it with peanut butter once, yes.
Best parenting hacks ever. When your kids bad, smother their face in peanut butter and put them in front of the dog.
Why are oatcakes not the most popular snack in the world? Dead simple, because we don't tell anyone about them.
Yeah, and they're Stoke-on-Trent's food.
Hmm?
You have your weird food, we have ours. But ours isn't weird.
Any bank account numbers and sort codes may be disclosed in public videos. You think?
And on my PayPal account. Donate to me! I know.
Stop it.
I didn't actually have a PayPal account.
Would you do me a favour?
Yeah?
Would you go see Mum for me?
Mm-hmm.
And would you tell her something for me?
Is it that live reports to the camera?
No, it's not that.
Okay.
Yeah. Will you tell her Dad hasn't got a brew?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're under arrest! Dad hasn't got a brew!
Really?
No, you're under
Right.
arrest. You're going to prison. You're going to pay me £10. I get money a lot.
Are you blackmailing me?
No, I'm blackmailing.
We have jelly deals. Oatcakes win every time. Over jelly deals, hell yeah.
Wait, what are jelly beans?
Long live the oatcake. Oh, they're
Long
so...
live the oatcake.
Willow, calm
Sorry.
down. Look, you're getting carried away now.
I'm hyper on chocolate.
Yeah, I know, which means I might have to watch it call you. Okay? And that means putting you to bed. Or bedroom. We need an oatcake emoji. That'd be cool.
There is no cake emoji.
Then again, we spend half our time explaining what the emoji was about.
Wait.
Alright, Wills, you're mauling me now.
Fine, then I won't sit back down on you. Where's my phone?
There's your phone. Right, grab your phone, grab your chocolate. Willow.
Give me 1 second.
No, Willow. Stop.
I want to
Oi.
see if there's an oatcake emoji.
There isn't. Grab your chocolate.
If I find one.
If you find... Oh, thank you. Right. Kiss. Upstairs now, darling.
Love you.
Love you too. Right, we've got 7 questions in. 8 questions. Once we get to about 10, we'll start answering them. Any moat and Melcon updates I've missed while I've been away? None whatsoever. Happy April Fool's Day. And happy Easter, yeah. Best I can find. That's pretty poor, Jason. An oatcake. I actually work in an oatcake shop. Do you, Robe? Really? You're not shutting the door behind your dog? Is it going to be one of those nights? Is it? It's going to be one of those nights. You're having... No, it's chocolate. You're not having it. We have styrofoam Quaker oatcakes in the US. Not very good. Yeah. Yeah, I could. You have great kids. Thanks, Tim. Right. I need to check my phone. I need to shut that door because it's loud.
And you didn't drink it overbrewed, that's why I'm overbrewed.
Oh, I'll have a fresh one. Thank you, darling. She's gonna kill me. Living on the edge. Yeah, completely caught up. No PayPals. That'll do. No one to shout out. Not missed anyone. Right. We'll just wait for my brew. We've got 8 questions. We've got rid of the kids. Corbin has disappeared upstairs completely. He's in love with his PlayStation at the moment. Yeah, I've had quite a nice, relaxed day. Caught up on the comments and emails and that sort of stuff. Still got a few more to catch up on. Yeah, I'm back in the studio tomorrow. Battle plan tomorrow is start figuring out the medieval series. I need to do a bit of reorganisation and I need to photo the trenches properly. Alright, oh, don't sing. The video will get flagged. Oh, don't worry, they won't flag it for my singing. Right, 9 questions so far. Remember, form's down in the what shall it? Link to the form is down in the description, along with the usual PayPal and Patreon links if you support the channel. Alright, so if you've got a question, get it in there. It's kind of weird. A bit of a rush to get the trenches finished. Got really distracted on the live show. Yeah, on Thursday, and I screwed the trenches up, so I had to fix them on Friday. But I managed to get them fixed, so can't complain about that. I want a village. I see so many ideas on that route, but none I really like. Well, you will like what you call it. You'll like my next video then. It's about 7 techniques on doing thatch roofs. There you go. Thank you, my love.
You're welcome.
Did you sort the plan for your board yet, or are you just going to wing it? I'm waiting to get to that stage. I need to catch up on my medieval stuff and that sort of stuff. Get myself back into the swing. I won't wing my my castle build. It's too important to wing. Oh. That's better. I know the one rope. Right. Question time. Let's crack on with some questions. So remember, if you've got a terrain-related question, you'd like my help, link is in the description, post it on the Google Doc, yeah, and we'll work through. As always, as I read the question, yeah, if you've got anything, the community out there to chip in in the comments, yeah, and I'll look at the comments once I've sort of looked at my answer and that sort of stuff, yeah? Right. First question, in fact, we'll do individuals. Yeah. Okay. First question from Joel. Are puffer bottles acceptable for applying static grass? No, not really. First off, the fibrous nature of the what you call it, of the grass doesn't really lend itself, yeah, very well towards what you call it, towards puffer bottles. Also, puffer bottles also actually generate quite a bit of static charge, yeah, through the mechanism of puffing, yeah, and the static charge makes the static grass cling together. So no, they aren't. You've basically got a couple of options. You're looking at an electrostatic flocker if you want to get it standing. Otherwise, what you're looking at is basically sprinkling layers and then putting a temporary seal on them as you build the layers up, which can produce a really realistic sort of effect. To seal the layers in between, yeah, a quick blast of hairspray will hold everything in place while you sprinkle down the next sort of layer. And then once you've got it to where you want it to be finished, then you can give it a good soaking with watered down PVA. Yeah, but like I say, the electrostatic one, flockers, static grass supplies are the best way of doing it. I recommend a Terrain Builders flock box from warpainter.net, but there's loads available and there's loads of YouTube videos on converting tea strainers into them and all sorts, so you've got plenty of options. Anyone commenting? And I can't see anything in the comments as yet about that. Right, next question. Puffer bottles are okay for adding static grass to figure bases, not really for terrain. Yeah, I can see like if you were trying to do it in a small app, because you wouldn't get as much static charge with it, would you? You know, if you're just doing it a little bit. Why do some companies, not WWS, even sell puffer bottles then? Because people will buy them. You know? I mean, hell, my local supermarket sells bottled water. Essentially, they're a technique for applying. I just don't think they're that good of a technique. You know, I've had problems with them in the past. Right. I'll keep an eye on that debate, the puffer bottle debate. Right, Tim's asking, when you do stuff for yourself, miniatures, painting or terrain, do you listen to music, watch videos or other people's videos on that subject? I'd say I'm 50% documentaries, yeah, anything from history, medieval, world wars, conflicts, nature, anything along those lines. I'm 25% sort of music, but a lot of it is things like the soundtrack of Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or, you know, Vikings or something like that, you know what I mean? The other 25% is quite often watching sci-fi and fantasy films and series. Quite often, you know, I'll watch them from the point of, I'm not really that interested in them. I'm just looking for terrain ideas in the fantasy settings, you know, and sci-fi ideas in fantasy settings. So yeah, I do a bit of both, yeah. But yeah, like I say, most of the time it's documentaries. Yeah, sometimes when I know that I need to concentrate, yeah, and I really need to concentrate, i.e. I'm not even going to be listening really to what's on. I'll put on, like, you know, backing music, you know, soundtrack music to films. Braveheart's good. Yeah, and like I say, if I know I'm just bimbling around and I'm probably going to have plenty of time to look at the screen, I'll throw a sci-fi program on. Right, next question, because that was like sort of directed at me. Right, 3 of 13. KB's asking, do you ever get writer's block with terrain making? If so, how do you get past it? Yeah, you do. Yeah. You get crafter's block and crafter's burnout. And they're two different things. Burnout is you've done that much that it's become mechanical. It's lost the joy in it, and therefore the encouragement to get it done. sort of diminishes. Okay, crafter's block, for use of a better term, it's artistic block. It's where you can't envisage what you want to build. You can't see it, and without being able to see it, you can't create it. Yeah. And so, how do you get past it? Quite often, to get past both of them, you got to get yourself away from terrain. It's because it's in your conscious so much. Yeah, that what you need to do is go and do something completely else. Yeah, so that your conscious can sort of switch off thinking about terrain, and let your subconscious work it all out. And then what will happen is you'll have gone and done something. You'll be doing something with the kids. You'll see something. It could be anything. Yeah, but that will trigger a thought. Yeah, that goes, that's how you do it. That's how you want to do it. That's the answer. Do it like that. Whatever it is that you're struggling with. Yeah, and it just pop into your head and you're like, dang. Yeah, know what I'm doing. And you're straight back in. Oh, pardon me. Oh. So yeah, that's how you deal with with both the block and the the burnout. Burnout just comes from it. You get anything in burnout. You get burnout with family. You get burnout with life. You just do too much of something. Yeah, it diminishes its value to you. And then you're going through the motions and that sort of stuff. A break is all you need. When I used to do mainly models, yeah, and I used to do I used to run my Corbania Prime blog. Yeah, I used to have another blog, yeah, called Going On Campaign, where I was writing campaign rules. And I'd use the Going On Campaign for when I got painting burnout. So when I'd had enough of painting, yeah, and I just didn't want to pick models up, I'd put them down, then I'd go and concentrate on writing campaign rules and stuff like that for a month on that blog, and then once I was itching to get painting again, flip back again. But not a block, because we are constantly feeding in more ideas than he could possibly get. No, I get blocks, Kat. I get blocks all the time. A block isn't something great. I mean, you can turn around, yeah. I get blocks on little things like, what should the bottom of this trench be like? What colours? How am I going to do the water? How am I going to make it look damp? You know what I mean? Still get it. You may give me loads of ideas, but there are more things for me to think about on how to create. Doesn't mean I don't get the block. Speaking of that, Mel, are you over your puddles at the top of hills upset? Yeah, it's done. I've got over that now. Right. Next question. Celtic. A couple of shows ago, you spoke of doing a sci-fi terrain / campaign. I was wondering if you'd ever do a Doctor Who Time Wars terrain setting. See, Doctor Who's a weird one. Yeah. When you turn around and say like Star Wars Legion, everyone immediately places that in their mind. The setting. When you talk about 40k, immediately anyone who knows the IP, place it. Imagine the train. Doctor Who could be anything. I mean, I could put a zombie table down and Doctor Who could be on it. I could put a sci-fi table down, Doctor Who could be on it. I could put a prehistoric table down, Doctor Who could be on it. I don't think you can do specific Doctor Who terrain beyond, perhaps, the TARDIS. Maybe the interior of the TARDIS for a skirmish-based game. You could have a laugh with that, couldn't you? You know what I mean? The idea that it's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. I wonder how you'd pull that off in a terrain manner. Yeah, I have 2 or 3 projects going at a time, burn out on one, just switch to another for a while. Yeah, that works, Bill. But you've got to have something when you burn out with the general practice of terrain making. If you burn out with terrain making, there's no point switching between projects. Yeah, I do find reading works really well. I've just finished The Unremembered Empire. Yeah, which is really nice. Just model a big gravel pit. Yeah, most of the early shows were done in it. Would there be corridors? Yeah. You can make like a human defense station against Dalek attack and just basically put it at the top of a set of stairs. Unless it's those clever Daleks that have learned how to fly and teleport. So yeah, on the Time Wars setting, I reckon, you know, if you're talking about Gallifrey, that looked a bit like Gondor. You know what I mean? But I don't think I'd ever do. I don't even know what you'd do for Doctor Who. You know what I mean? Because if someone says I'm making Doctor Who terrain, I mean it doesn't like what springs out at you beyond the TARDIS. Yeah, TARDIS at the base of a mountain, but the inside of a mountain would be the inside of the TARDIS. Yeah, that's the only way I think you could do it. Do you know what I mean? Because you wouldn't be able to perceive technically what's inside the mountain and how much space that sets up. But then again, you're physically challenged by the whole point of the TARDIS, aren't you? The idea that physics don't apply. It's just in our particular. I mean, if you're a computer gamer or a Minecrafter, you could probably do it. Yeah, but we actually have to physically build it. Mel's already created a TARDIS. That's his studio at Spode, yeah. There's some biscuits in there that look prehistoric. Right. Next question. Matthew's asking, where do you source your foam-based products? I get this a lot. So, right. 2x2 sheets of high-density foam in various thicknesses from Panel Systems Limited. Okay. 2x4 sheets, yeah, of 2-inch thick, high-density insulation. I get that from Jacodor Insulation. Jacodor, Jack-O-D-U-R. And then, for my expanded polystyrene, I get that in 2x4 sheets, yeah, roughly 25 millimeters thick, 8 sheets to a pack, yeah. It's called Jab Light, Jab, J-A-B, Light, L-I-T-E, yeah. Jab Light insulation from B&Q. Done. And if you're after anything interesting or little samples or one-off sheets, do a search for Hindley's online craft store and search their products for the keyword foam. You'll get loads of different products that you can use. Right, we've got 16 questions. We're going to take it up to 10. Then I'll check the phone. 7 TV does Doctor Who. Yeah. So do Warlord. Right. Gary's asking, what paint do you use on your terrain? My main paints are emulsion paints. In the US they'd be called latex paints. If you're in the UK, don't use latex paints on your on your terrain. You'll have a bad time. Use emulsion paints. But if you're in the US, you call them latex paints. I do use some acrylic colours and I do use some wargaming colours, but that's mainly for fine detailing. The bulk of my painting with terrain is done with standard interior wall house paint. Mel confirmed, terrainiacs supreme. Fabricate! Fabricate! I love that. Right, next question. Okay, this one's from Tim. Do you cast silicone moulds? And if yes, what materials do you prefer? Yes, I do use silicone moulds. I'm playing around with making my own at the minute. Well, it was before I took the break, and I'll be getting back to it. I have a lot of moulds from various companies. I've got a lot of Hurst Arts moulds. I've got some from Fenris, which are nice brick moulds. With regards to the casting powder I use Cristacal R. Okay, it's a glass slip cast powder. Okay, used for firing glass moulds. But from our point of view, it's about 10 times stronger than plaster of Paris. I mean, if you make a little brick out of it, you need a pair of pliers to snap it. You know, 2 pairs of pliers. You can't do it with your hands. Yeah, and it sort of dries, and you can demold in sort of about 8 minutes. So you can really knock them out. Right. So I hope that answers your question, Tim. If anyone else in the comments has got any suggestions for Tim with regards to materials for casting, what do you use? Right. Vanilla Druid's asking, I can't remember if I've asked before, but do you have any tips on how to do water effects in terrain? Ideally for small ponds, water features, etc. Or are you talking about small ponds and water features? I'm guessing what you're talking about is things like ripples and stuff like that. You're not talking about waterfalls or crashing water. Yeah, because it's small features, you know. You're looking at ripples and stuff like that. The easiest way of creating ripples that I've found is something like using a Mod Podge, you know, a gloss Mod Podge, and literally building up the layers by just simply getting a brush and tapping it down on top of your resin. Yeah, and you can create wonderful waves like that. You do have the You do have the acrylic water textures like from Vallejo and stuff like that, but I found that they don't really blend that well with the resin. Mod Podge does a far better job of that. I'm gonna have to do a video on this, aren't I? I was about to buy dental stone to do that, but I went for a traitor and bought a 3D printer. I like that. Liquitex heavy body gel works great for ripples. Liquitex is another, is very much like the Vallejo ones. It's an acrylic heavy gel. You know what I mean? So yeah, they do work and that sort of stuff. Yeah, Mel's done many water terrain videos. Check them out. Yeah, I've done some. I don't think I've done any on actual using Mod Podge for ripples though. Have you done the one with the acrylic where we did the C for the D-Day board? They're in the playlist Terrain Tutorials Water. Cat's asking, now the trenches are done, what's the schedule for the medieval vids? Are the thatch roofs done? No, the thatch roofs are halfway through. Yeah, but you'll see that video should be out next Tuesday. Yeah. We've got wicker fencing. That's halfway through. I've changed my mind with regards to the buildings. Initially, I was going to do like one building of each type, and I decided it's probably better if I do 2 or 3 to show different techniques. So we've got long houses, round houses, wattle and daub. Wattle and daub will need to be a technical terrain tutorial because there's too many techniques. Yeah. And then I'll have to look at the book to do after that because that's as far as my brain will go. I haven't thought further than that. I wish I could 3D print. Yeah, me too. I'd like my mate Ant Evans. He's just got himself onto a 3D printer. Yeah. And, you know, I'm really impressed with it. With the results he's getting. I was looking at it, it's like, I'd have so many applications for that. But it's the learning the design in 3D, figuring out all the printer, and of course buying the damn printer. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, well, you guys know. Right, last questions before I take a little break. Well, this is number 10 of 20. Tim is asking, do you use special lamps for painting miniatures? You're supposed to. You're supposed to use a diffuse light, a diffuse daylight bulb. Yeah, which will give you a nice, gentle colour, natural colour, you know what I mean, for using it. Yeah. I've been known to paint in pretty much in the dark with just the light of the TV in a room. Yeah. Hi, check your email. PayPal? I don't know. Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, but with regards to special lamps, yeah, diffuse daylight bulb is your best option. See, a lot of these people using the daylight LEDs in a bit of an arch with the strips you get off eBay. That seems like a good solution. Yeah. I'm not sure on eye strain with it not being diffuse and that sort of stuff, but it looks good. Yeah. But I don't use one. You know what I mean? I use whatever light I've got. Yeah, I'm quite. You guys know I'm quite, I just slap it on. Right, that was question 10. Yeah. We'll leave the next lot for a couple of minutes while I'll just as an adjust. And I've been told I've got to check my emails. Oh, getting old, Bosicle, getting old. Oh, we have had PayPals. Oh, thank you guys. Looks like we've had a couple. Well, thank you guys. Right, for my Graham. What's he say? What's he saying? No message, but he sent 15 nuggets. Thank you, buddy. So that's our Graham C. Let's get him on the screen. Thank you, buddy. And from Kevin B. Looks like you sent 5 of their American nuggets. Thanks for what you do. You're being open about your struggles. Help me as well as many others, I'm sure. Thanks again. No worries, Kev. That's what I'm here for, mate. Thank you. And remember, guys, if you do like the stream and that sort of stuff, you can support it with a one-off. Or jump on Patreon. And remember, jumping on Patreon will get you early access to the vids. Alright, that's them done. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for supporting me. Right. Better check me other emails. Just make sure that something else hasn't been sent. No, we're good. Right. Right. I feel okay about... Tim, my problem with so many of mine are different. I need to make each different, a bit different each time. Right. I don't know what my moderators are going on about. They're having a conversation amongst themselves. It's quite interesting. Right. Questions. I've got 22. Blender is free and lots of tutorials on YouTube. It's the time to sit down and actually study them, you know what I mean? And actually get up to speed. I mean, I spend enough time trying to get up to speed with like the filming stuff and the video editing. Every time Adobe does an update, I have to go out onto YouTube and spend half an hour trying to figure out what they've done and how they've changed the programs. Jace, you stop that. You calm down, you. Oops. Didn't realise it'd do that. It's 6 minutes. Jace will be back in 6 minutes. He was getting a bit cheeky. Sorry, Jace. Oh, there's no way you can untime out him. Oh, Jace is timed out. All right then. Right, shall we crack on with some questions? You are having no fun tonight. We haven't had our Jace for a while, and we're having a laugh. Oopsie. Clicked the wrong button. R.I.P. Jace. Right. Having to moderate the moderators. You got to keep them in place, you know. And before long, I mean, I get bullied by my moderators loads. Yeah. I mean, it's really bad when you get Jace, Cat and Westy all in one room and all you can see is the moderators. Mel, you know you will pay for that. Yes, I know I'll pay for that. I know I'll pay for that. Definitely needs a moderator. I know. Actually, yeah, Jason knows where you live. I expect to bang on the door in 5 minutes 30 seconds. It'll be quite interesting to see what Jace comes back with, what his first comment's going to be. Right, I'm going to crack on with some questions while we wait for Jace to return. Unless he's had a huff with me and he's not coming back. Probably do that. No, I'm going to pretend. I'm going to make him think that he's upset me, so I'm going to leave it. That's why you pay us the big bucks. In love, in love. Right. And Tim's asking, my castle is approximately 3 by 4 feet, okay? I want to pave the interior cobblestones or something similar, so we're talking about 9 square feet of cobblestone. Any suggestions on how to do that? Right, you could engrave it. That's a lot of work. Yeah. You can, you could lay things like lentils down. Yeah, or split peas. Yeah, glue those down, then put a layer of filler over the top of them and just damp rag it. Smooth it out, that works. Yeah, a lot of work. There's the rollers from Green Stuff World, or you could make your own roller for making cobblestones. Yeah, or to be perfectly honest, at that with 9 square foot, I'd probably go for the embossed, the embossed wallpaper, and just get myself a nice big sheet of wallpaper. I mean, you've got to remember, wallpaper's designed to line up next to each other. So even if the pieces you got to do are over the 2 foot of the wallpaper, it doesn't matter, it'll line up. And I'd go for the I'd go for the wallpaper option on that one, mate. Right, next question. So, hope that gives you some suggestions, Tim. Some guy camping. What's your personal preference when working with foam board? Do you peel off the paper or not? No, I don't. The paper's there to give the foam rigidity. If I wanted 5mm foam, I'd grab a sheet of 5mm foam. You know, what I want is foam board, i.e. that paper which gives it the sturdiness for me to construct things out of it. So yeah, foam board. The only time I'll take the paper off foam board is if I want to engrave details on the foam but keep the sturdiness. You know what I mean? So perhaps for one of examples. Perhaps I want to take a bit of paper off because I'm going to put filler over it to represent a plaster coat, but I want it to be broken in places and shows brickwork. So what I'd do is I'd cut round, I'd take the paper off in the section that I wanted to do the brickwork, engrave the brickwork, and then stipple up to the brickwork with my filler, and that would give me a plastered wall with engraved brickwork. On that reason, I'd take the paper off foam board, but generally, no. Right, next question. Jimmy T. How would you make a weeping willow tree? I've been thinking a lot about this. Yeah, I think the key to Weeping Willows is going to be something that involves a mix of twisted wire and then possibly fishing twine to get the hang. You know what I mean? The branches, how they hang. And if you were to put a mixture of those in your twists as you bundled them up, they would get twisted in with the wire, and then they would hang down. And then it's just a simple matter of, you know, other than painting, spray adhesive and flocking it up and then sealing it. But yeah, I reckon with a Weeping Willow tree, that actual structure, fishing twine is the best one I can think of. Quite a low strength fishing twine, so it's reasonably flexible. You know what I mean? Yeah, not the really tough stuff. Yeah, Kat saying she does the same with the stonework. Peel the paper when she wants stonework and that sort of stuff. Yeah, if generally I want 5mm foam, I'll use 5mm foam. Yeah, not just that, it tends to be sturdier than the foam that you get inside a foam board anyway. You know, it's the cardboard on foam board that makes it firm. But anyway, Weeping Willow tree, yeah, I reckon, what you call it. There's distance in fishing twine. I just got to figure it out. Gary, I'm trying to cover XPS foam with DAS modelling clay. What's the best way of doing this? Do this physically, glue it down with hot glue or PVA, or look something like a contact adhesive like No More Nails and leave it overnight under books. Watered down PVA, mate. That's going to be your best thing to do. What you want to do is with the XPS foam, go along and stab it. Okay, lots and lots of little times with something pointy. You need to key it. You need to put something in the foam that the glue and the DAS can stick to. Now, foam isn't porous, which means it won't soak anything in. So it'll essentially be glued. It'll be a contact-to-contact glue. If you put down the watered PVA, the PVA will act as a glue. The PVA will sink into where you've keyed it, and it will key itself into that. And finally, because it's watery, it will keep the DAS air drying clay, the bottom surface, wet, keep it activated so it blends in with the bottom surface and forms a solid bond. So yeah, water down PVA, but go across your board that you're going to cover and give it a stab first. If you don't fancy doing a large area or anything like that, wire brushes, you're just looking to break it up a bit and give it something for the for the PVA to key into, mate. No worries, Jimmy. Maybe, mate, when I get round to it. Question 15 of 25. Keith is asking, ever think about making your own models? No. I've done a little bit of small scale sculpting. I can add webbing pouches on people and knives and berets and you know what I mean, little things like that. Yeah, but the idea of actually sculpting miniatures is beyond me. Yeah, and to be good at something like that, even to be average at something like that, would require hundreds of hours of practice. Yeah, and I just don't have the time for something like that. And I don't have the need for it, you know what I mean? I'd rather put that time into my terrain stuff than into, focusing on models. Right, next question. 16 or 25. Matt J. With the popularity of Star Wars Legion, do you plan on making any scenery for the game? Not specifically. I don't play the game. Yeah. I've had a lot of requests for it. I tend to avoid IPs. Yeah. Especially big IPs like Star Wars and stuff like that. For commercial reasons. I don't want to risk copyright strikes and stuff like that. So unless Fantasy Flight reach out to me and sort of give me authorization to do specific Star Wars Legion terrain, then I'm probably not going to touch it. It isn't worth risking my channel for. Oh, right. You're going to have to give me a second because my brew has run out. So, I'm going to take a quick 2 minutes, top up the brew. We're about halfway through the questions. Get your questions in. And we'll see if to be truthful, Jace is due back any minute. And I'm doing a runner. So, I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. Back in 5. Not 5, just 2. See you in a sec. There we go. There we are. Right, sorry about that. Right, we are back and cracking on with our questions. Yeah, so Star Wars Legion, no, I can't really see me doing much with that, to be perfectly honest. Right. Question 17 of 25. Jace is messaging me. You can't get back in. Tis buggered, still won't let me post, and I've refreshed and everything. I'll catch you later, bud. Sorry, buddy. It's kicked him out good and proper. I'll have to sort that. Sorry, Jace. Okay. From your biggest fan. What is your favourite brand of model paint? I like Army Painter for my model paints, to be perfectly honest. Apart from the fact that it's dropper bottles and they're nice, good, thick paints once you've shaken them up. Yeah, they're heavy pigmented paints, you know what I mean? I like the fact that the primers and the colours are colour matched. That's a massive boon in in terrain making. You know, so yeah, Army Painter. Yeah. Airbrushing, Badger are nice. They go through an airbrush relatively nice. Still need thinning down a little, but we're nowhere near it as much as the Army Painter stuff. But then again, Badger make airbrush paints, but they still need thinning down. R.I.P. Chase. I know. It'll be in the settings or something. I don't think there's an option to report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user on this channel, remove moderator. Nope. You should be back. I don't know what I've done. I hope it fixes it for the next one. But yeah, my favourite brand of model paint is is Army Painter. Or at least sneakier next time. Calm down. Right. Joel saying, not exactly terrain, but markers tokens. If I don't want to buy any, how could I make something that looks professional, clever? Not squares of painted card, thank you. I'd probably, I'd probably get some laser engraved. You know, do your designs and get them cut out of acrylic. I mean, if you want to, you could start spray painting washers and all that sort of palaver and that sort of stuff. But for tokens and markers, yeah, I'd I'd go for acrylics. And I'd just either buy them or laser cut them. You know what I mean? Yeah, the mods are banned. It's truly April Fools. See, this is what happens when I get involved in clicky. Things go wrong. Things go drastically wrong. But yeah, Joel, laser design them and get them cut, mate. Probably the least likely of all three of us. Yeah, indeed. Right. Anlay, I'm having trouble getting the translucent heated glow of lava hot coals. Any suggestions? You can use dry brushing, yeah, and to build it up. But the key, yeah, it's very much like Fred sort of said a long time, on the live show. When you're doing your base coating of where you want your glow on and you're actually getting the actual normal colours on it, yeah, you need to put red in there. You need to warm it up. Okay? All right, no, that's light cast on the rocks. I'm having trouble getting the translucent heated glow of lava hot coals. Any suggestions? Translucent. I wouldn't say, it's the language that's confusing me. Translucent. Vibrant, I would have said. It's Gregor in the in the terrainiacs group who does the crazy lava, isn't it? He did a post on it. Terrainiacs group. We'll just very quickly search for lava No, not write something. Search. Where's the search button? Oh, come on. Can't even. Right. Go to the terrainiacs group and search for lava. Gregor did some wonderful lava pieces with some really vibrant lava on it. I can't remember off the top of my head how he did it, but it looked brilliant. Miko's saying, I've heard you can get someone stuck in a timeout. It can be sorted by banning them, then unbanning them. I'll do that after the channel, I think. Yeah. But Annalay, go onto the terrainiacs group, give a search for lava. There was a brilliant example on there and it looked absolutely brilliant. Right, next question. Rolls. Myself and my friends are putting on a big exhibition 30k game at Phoenix this year and I want some good looking terrain with some height to them. Options are TT Combat or Micro Art Studio, but they're both expensive. Should I invest in a Proxon and do it myself? See, you could go with foam, but if you're doing a big convention, you got to look at durability. Do you know what I mean? Foam, I mean, I'm not saying that people at the convention are going to specifically trash, you know, your terrain. But you got to store this stuff in between this year and next year. And, you know, a big exhibition 30k game, that could be a lot of terrain to store, mate. You know what I mean? It's an exhibition game, so no one's going to be messing with it. If it's an exhibition game, I'd say go for the Proxon, actually. You might as well do something custom. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'd go for the Proxon, mate. Get yourself a wire cutter and and knock it out. Right. Okay, just a quick one from... Okay, question 21. This one's from Ed, just a giggle one. Did you tell your kids you hit the eggs and did you not? Yes, it's the first. No, I didn't pull any April Fool's pranks on the kids, to be truthful. None whatsoever. But they did get their eggs this morning. Right, another one from Rolls. Yeah, I'm on 22. We're about 12 minutes. Might let a couple more questions squeeze in, but we're wrapping up relatively soon. So I may let another 2 questions in, but I'll probably cap it about that. So if you do have a question, guys, last chance, get them in now. Yeah. Rolls saying, hi Mal, I know strictly speaking there are many worlds that anything should fit into the 30k Horus Heresy theme, but I'm struggling to find anything that looks right. Even 40k terrain doesn't look right with 30k aesthetics. Any suggestions?
Hi Dad.
Hey Apron.
These are my pyjamas. I got a cat onesie.
What's with your hair?
Oh,
Has it seen a brush today at all?
No.
Really? Willow, there's a brush there. Go
No,
up to...
actually not.
No, look, darling. If you go sleep with your hair like that, yeah, I'm going to have a nightmare job brushing it in the morning. So, young lady, yeah, go upstairs, take that brush with you, brush your hair.
I think I need to wash it first.
When did you have a bath?
I can't remember when.
Didn't you have one last night?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright, you might as well have one tonight then. Even if it is 10:15. Go on, go run the bath, put some conditioner in your hair, and then you can brush that hair before you go to bed, okay?
Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
Shut the door.
Night night.
Night night. Right. Okay, so the aesthetics. 40k doesn't fit into 30k because 40k is gothic, yeah, and gothic is all about, you know, the evil, the, you know, the spirituality and all that sort of stuff. Very symbolic, yeah. If anything, 30k. I've always looked at 30k, and when I've envisaged it, I've imagined it clean, yeah, clean, simple, elegant, functional. Do you know what I mean? Because that seems to be the 30k ethos of the Imperium in the 30k. You know what I mean? The spirituality is gone. You're looking at what you call it. You know, whenever you hear them describing the buildings, that sort of stuff. Has your hair seen a brush today, Mel? Probably not. Or are you suggesting that Mel paints his hair on? Kez did suggest you could tattoo hair on, but I'm not completely up for that. Alright, I'm locking it off. That's all my questions. I've got a couple more to do. But yeah, I think what you got, I'm just trying to think of a decent example in the real world, and I'm struggling, to be truthful. I mean, the structures are still big and grand when you hear them talking about them. You know, the buildings, the tenement blocks, all this sort of stuff. So the grandness of the Imperium is there. I'm going to have to think on that a bit more. I'm definitely going to have to think on that a bit more. Right. Question. Often. It's from Jace. Yeah, from our Jace, yeah. Mel, don't forget that we'll be sharing a room in a fortnight. Plans have now been started for my sweet revenge. What have I done? Right, question 24. Rolls again? Not a question, but I can only put 200 characters into YouTube. It's a thank you. Thank you, buddy. Right. That means 25. Anthony. Mel, I'm making some greyish weathering powders to try and lighten up the colour by adding extra white powder, but it doesn't seem to be working. Would adding yellow or red make a difference? Currently using blue and white. I'm making... What? Right, what are you... What are you making them out of? I mean, if you're trying to blend chalks and that sort of stuff, you can't really lighten stuff up by blending white, and you know what I mean? Because it only works when you're mixing powders and chalks. It only works to a certain extent while there's a slight variation. Once there's significant quantities of the different colours, yeah, you actually start seeing that colour rather than the diffuse reflection of one colour tinted with another. So now I've seen it. Okay. Post it on the terrainiacs, mate. Pastel chalks, yeah. You need to step up with your chalk colours. You can only, when you blend chalks to get different colours, you can only do it a little bit. The moment you start doing it in significant quantities, you start to have a bad time, mate. So you need to get a lighter chalk, and if you need to adjust that one. Yeah. Also, chalks aren't really weathering powders. Okay, I know they're a lot like them, but they're not. They're not colour set. Stuff like that. You can have problems with them. You're better off using proper weathering pigments. Right. Last question for the evening. Before I go upstairs and make sure that Willow hasn't flooded the entire house. Mel, perhaps translucent, right, from Anna. Perhaps translucent was the wrong word. I meant the liquid glow look that lava and glass take on in high heat. Yeah, check out the Watch Club, check out the Terrainiacs group. Have a look, search for lava. It's Gregor on that. Is it Iron Keep Studios? I think it's Iron Keep. You won't find it by Iron Keep Studios on the Terrainiacs, but I think he runs Iron Keep Studios. But he does some lovely lava. Yeah? Right. That's all my questions done. That's an easy one. Right, very quickly, make sure we're not missing anyone. Not missing any PayPals either. It's been a rather sedate show this week. Quite chuffed. It's been nice. Apart from banning our Jace. Yeah, just the two. Alright, that's cool. Not missed anyone. Oh! Now, let you know what's going on the channel. Right. Tuesday, yeah, on the channel, you'll have the final installment of the Trenches, yeah, with that being finished. Thursday, we will be in the studio, so we'll do something on Thursday. And, rolling on to the weekend, we're probably, I don't know the week after, with it being Easter. But, definitely a video on Tuesday, definitely a live show on Thursday. And hello, baby.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, with the exception of your Jace. Yeah, yeah. And the weekend, not sure. So we'll take it from there. Right. So much fun to chat on a lazy Sunday. Glad you enjoyed it. Right, I'm going to call this now. I love the Trench Part 4. You'll love Part 5 then. Yeah, remember, patrons, if you haven't seen it yet, Part 5 is on Patreon waiting for you. Channel folk, yeah, it'll go on the channel on Tuesday. Right, in the meantime, I'm going to wish you a good night. Yeah, and go make sure the boy hasn't died on his PlayStation, because I haven't seen him for a couple of hours. Alright, look after yourself, folks. All the best, yeah? Ta-ra.